Hey there, Michael Griffiths here, founder of Referral Marketing Guru, and welcome to this week's Get More Referrals Today podcast. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the power of thank you, and in particular, the way we should thank our clients for their business, for their referrals, for opening doors for us, rather than just assuming that that's what they're supposed to do. Because nowhere in their contract, I'm sure, goes, you're going to pay me, I'm going to do this thing, and you're going to find me a whole bunch of new business, open doors for me, and grow my business for me. Right? A nice thing for them to do. They don't have to do it. We want them to do it. We'd love them to do it. But we've also got to thank them in the right way. So before I dive into that, as always, this is the first time you are with us. Welcome. So good to be able to have you along. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on your favorite podcast platform. Just search Get More Referrals Today. Follow us on our socials. If you've got any questions or you're not sure about anything at all today, hey, just reach out. Either send an email, support@michaelgriffiths.com.au, or just comment on any of the places you are listening or watching this. So let's dive into the thought and the thinking around the thank yous and the power of the thank yous. See, I think for the majority of people who have been doing really well in business, they understand that thanking people for doing something for them is pretty much good business. But why? Why is it? See, it really comes down to what you're trying to create. And we talk all the time about this cortex limbic way of doing business. Cortex, very logical, very analytical, makes perfect sense. Doesn't very much evoke any emotions, so therefore people just go, oh yeah, that's nice, and they move on. Limbic, brain chemicals, feelings. It's making people, it's actually really influencing the way people behave towards you because of the way you're making them feel. So you think about someone who does something good for you. They pass you a referral, they open a door for you, they introduce you to somebody who could really help change your business. Of course, we're going to say thank you. But what's the thank you for? Really, the thank you is there to make them feel good, dopamine, and to increase the closeness, the bond between you and them, oxytocin. So really the power of the thank you is actually asking yourself, how can I dopamine and oxytocin this person? Because by being able to do those two things, what you're actually doing is creating this feeling between the two of you. Now, when someone says something nice to you, how does it make you feel? Warm and fuzzy inside. Sometimes you don't know why, right? It just makes you feel good. When someone does something for you, how does it make you feel? Warm and fuzzy inside. When someone makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. But it's about doing it in a really authentic way, not doing it because you're ticking the box. And here's an example. So probably over a decade ago now, and we purchased a property in self-managed super fund. And that person who was helping us settle that up had their own mortgage broker. They said, oh, this is our mortgage broker for you to use. That's fine. And that mortgage broker would send a card on our birthday with $1 scratch in it. It was done because that's what they thought was a nice way to create a bond between us. It didn't. It absolutely shitted me and pissed me off that they were just simply ticking a box. They might as well not have bothered. So it was having the complete opposite effect to what they were actually trying to achieve. Not because of the thought, not because it was $1 scratchy. It wasn't a handwritten card. Like they printed out the words and stuck it on the card. See, the whole thing just reeked of, I am doing this because someone has told me to and to tick a box. They weren't doing it because they actually cared. They weren't doing it because they actually thought about how do I a greater bond with this person? How do I create more closeness with this person? So how many people do you think I've ever introduced to them? No, I've only ever told the negative story. And that's what happens so often is we shoot ourselves in the foot because we don't actually even think about the real question of what a thank you is there to do. The thank you is supposed to build a deeper bond, but that's why you're thanking them. Someone becomes a client, you send them a welcome gift, not because they've become a client, because you're trying to increase the bond between you and them. Someone passes you a referral. You're not thanking them for the referral. You're thanking them for thinking of you because you care about them, because you're appreciating. They're so different when you think about it that way. Firstly, they did A, I need to do B, and be in a row. That doesn't get you anywhere. So the first thing you've got to do if you're going to become really great, changing the way that you thank people, is you've got to change the way you think of thanking people. If you're thanking people simply because that's what you're supposed to do, your thank yous will always suck. If you're thanking people because you're really appreciative, like it's from within, you are just grateful for that person and that person being in your world, it'll come that across that way. Nothing. This is a huge mistake people make. It's got to do with the thank you. It's got to do with, is the thank you expensive enough? No. It's got nothing to do with the value of the thank you. It's got to do with the thought of the thank you. So, as you have a look at this, A, are you thankful or not? Is it just sometimes I do, sometimes I don't? B, do you thank them? And is it just simply because it's part of the system and you do the same thing for every single person? Or are you actually thinking about it? Are you thinking, what are these people's hobbies, interests? What are the actual things that would light them up, that would make them excited? Because when you're thinking like that, the thank you becomes money can actually replace you thinking about the other person and giving them something through thought. And so many people don't get this right. Right? And people will put out your thank you gift and they'll say thank you. That's where I pull my hair out of people who have to give thank you gift logo on it or their brand on it. You're not giving a thank you gift. You're sharing something, hoping that they're going to remember you, hoping that they put it on their desk. The people who need coffee mug. Saying, oh, because and then they just so giving a promotional gift. Exactly what it is. It's not a thank you. So think about how you're doing thank yous. Think about what's the message you're really trying to get across. And are you doing it because you're actually sincerely thanking them, doing them to tick a box, or because you hope that they might actually give you more business down the track? And in essence, that's probably only how you do it right. And you do it from the very start. So just a real quick one today. Have a look at how you thank your clients particularly, and then you can branch it off into any other aspect. But have a look how you people pass you referrals, who open doors for you, who connect you with other people, who introduce you to people. What do you do? It's going to get them excited and happy, dopamine, and it's going to build greater bond and closeness between you and them, oxytocin, because that's the reason why we should be thanking them. Hopefully this is super helpful. Reach out if there's anything we can do to help. Support at michaelgriffiths.com.au or comment wherever you happen to be watching or listening, and we'll make sure that we get your questions answered. Till next time, guys, take care, and we'll see you next week.